Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. For those who do not know me, my name is Delilah and welcome to my channel. Hey there, Delilah. In today's video, I wanted to kind of do a little take for St. Patrick's Day. My idea behind this cake was if you go to the end of the rainbow, you're supposed to find a pot of gold. So I just kind of thought of something in my head and recreated that in a cake. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video and this cake. If you guys do, please subscribe to my channel and be sure to watch this video from the beginning to the end. Also, like and share this video with all your friends and family. It'll really help out my channel. Now, if you guys want to see how I created this cake, just keep on watching. For this cake, I wanted to try a new technique, which is called the sugar sheet technique. So I took 6 bags, and in each bag I placed 3 tablespoons of just regular granulated sugar. You can use, for this technique, you can use sanding sugar, I think larger granules, but this is just what I think everyone would have on hand and in their pantry, so this is what I'm using today. After you filled all your bags with your 3 tablespoons of sugar, I am going to add 1/4 teaspoon of Tylose powder or CMC powder in each one of my bags and just mix that up really well. Now you can use any type of gel coloring. This is the one that I'm using today because I feel like this one makes my, like if I'm trying to dye a cake or anything, these come out super vibrant. So I'm just going to make the colors of the rainbow, and I'm starting off with red. Once you've added the desired amount into your bag, just be sure to let all the air out and then just mix that up. Mix it really well, just because sometimes you'll get little tiny pieces of the colors not mixed in. So just keep on working it and it'll mix in eventually. And here you could see all the finished colors of the rainbow. I did want to do some sugar that was just plain white, so in this bowl I have a 1/2 cup of granulated sugar and I added a teaspoon of Tylose powder, mixed that all together, and now here I'm just adding my corn syrup, which for this technique you can use corn syrup or you can use glucose syrup, but I feel like that one would be more expensive and hard to find, so corn syrup is just cheaper and it's easy to find in any grocery store. So you'll just mix in the corn syrup until you have a wet sand consistency, and you'll just keep mixing and mixing until it is just all together. Once you mix the corn syrup with your white sugar, go ahead and take 2 pieces of parchment paper that are the same size and then just turn the sugar out onto the parchment paper. And then just go ahead and adjust this to the shape or size of however you would like. So after that, you'll go ahead and mix all your colored sugars. For each colored sugar, I added a teaspoon of corn syrup and mixed it up and then placed it on top of the white. So once you place all your colors down, this is how it should look. Then you'll go ahead and place the other sheet of parchment paper down, and you'll want to press just a tiny bit, and then you'll take a rolling pin and lightly press until they all come together. So you'll roll this out fairly thin, not too thin where it'll break when you pick it up later, and then not too thick just because I don't think it will look good. If you see there, I was just pushing together pieces that kind of wanted to separate from each other, so just push them together and then place the other parchment paper on top and then just roll it again. So you see here, I'm just pushing these pieces all together. That way there's no holes and no cracks. You just want to keep mind of that because, like I said, later you don't want to pick it up and then it crack where there's a hole or anything. So just push that as you go. Because it was still a bit sticky, I went ahead and placed some gloves on my hands, which it prevented this from sticking to my hands, which is way easier. So I suggest you do that if you do try out this technique. Here I'm taking my cake scraper and I'm just cutting a straight edge. You can do this later once the sugar has dried, but if you do this, it could be a little bit difficult just because the sugar does harden up. So I just decided to do it now before it dried. Now I'm taking some gold highlighter dust and I'm placing this into a bowl, and I'm going to create a paint-like consistency, which is not too thick or thin. And I'm taking some alcohol and I'm mixing that in, not too thick just because if it's too thick you won't be able to paint it, but also do not make it too thin just because you don't want the liquid to dissolve the sugar. You can use any type of extract as well, lemon or almond, just be sure that it is clear. Once that's painted, just go ahead and set this aside for at least 4 to 5 hours. Once 4 to 5 hours is up, you'll go ahead and take whatever cake you are using. Here I just decorated a chocolate cake and I added coffee buttercream, which is one of my favorite combos. Now just carefully wrap this around the shape of the cake that you are using, just because it is still a bit fragile and you don't want it to break. Now just decorate the cake however you like. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I was thinking of this for St. Patrick's Day, and I was thinking of End of the Rainbow and Pot of Gold, so I am using all gold accents here. I have these gold, I call them jimmies, but sprinkles, whatever you want to call them. I'm just putting this as a border at the bottom of my cake. So now I'm just taking pieces of tempered chocolate that I placed on a piece of parchment paper, and once it did get hard, I just broke it up into pieces and I painted these gold and I just stuck them into the cake. I also took some gold wrap candies. Here I'm using Ferrero Rochers, and I also used Hershey's Almond Kisses, and I just like put them everywhere around the cake where it looked pretty. That one wanted to go there, so that's where I left it. And you guys can just use your ideas. This is just kind of how I saw it in my head, and I'm just having fun with it. And I also placed different size of sprinkles, which ended up everywhere because they did not want to stick to the cake, but you can use anything. Like I said, I used different size here and I just placed them all over the cake to make it look like gold was really coming out of this cake. And here's the end of the cake, everyone. I hope you guys like it as much as I do. I love it. It is exactly how I pictured it in my head. If you guys like this as well, let me know in the comments down below what part of this cake was your favorite. So thank you all for watching, and again, like and share this video with your friends and family, and I hope you guys liked this video. Leave any comments down below of any suggestions that you guys would like to see. Also, do not forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.